Today, we're talking about hooks. If you want to get more views on your videos, you need to create better hooks. But here's the thing, I'm not just gonna give you the basic advice like, make your hooks negative or any of the other generic core shit. That is not what you need. What you need is 3 viral hook frameworks that you can follow step by step and use instantly to get more views. And if you use any of the 3 viral hook frameworks that I'm going to give you in today's video, I guarantee you that your videos will perform better. And I'm so confident in that because I've been using these 3 hook frameworks for the past 2 years and built my own Instagram to over 300,000 followers with them and helped hundreds of other business owners go viral as well. And these are the exact same 3 hook frameworks that I'm going to give you today. Starting with hook framework number 1, cost narration. Now, I perfected this hook framework about 18 months ago whenever I posted this video that got over 1 million views. And for you to use this framework, for you to do the same, you must first understand what cost narration is. So cost narration is just whenever you increase the perceived value of the information you're going to share in your video by either highlighting the time, money, or both that you invested to gain the knowledge or expertise that you're introducing. So for example, instead of saying, "Here's what I learned from Alex Hermosi's event," you could automatically make your hook 10 times better and your video seem 10 times more valuable by just saying, "This weekend I flew all the way to Chicago and spent close to $20,000 to attend the Alex Hermosi event. And these are my top 3 valuable takeaways." I just said the same fucking thing, but all of a sudden you have so much more buy-in into the information that I'm about to give because I increased the perceived value by highlighting the money I invested to gain that said information. So for the viewer, it now feels like it's a $20,000 fucking video. Here's another example of a hook cost narrating with time. So instead of, "If you get nervous on stage right before every speech, always do this ritual," you would swap that for, "If you have anxiety when you have to present or speak in front of a large audience, this will change your life. I've given almost 1,000 speeches within my lifetime, and right before every single one of my speeches, I do a ritual that slows down time, removes all the nerves, and makes you feel like you're the only person in the room." Do you see the difference? Your hook just miraculously goes from, "Here's a tip to feel less nervous," to, "Here's 1,000 speeches worth of wisdom distilled down into a singular ritual that will solve all of your problems." Here's one more example, but this time cost narrating with time and money. Here are the top 5 things to look out for on your next family vacation. I've visited over 100 countries, spent over $100,000 on travel in the last decade, and here are my 5 hidden gems for your family to visit that you will not find in any travel guide. See how powerful that is? Literally, you're just taking whatever your base hook is, and instead of just saying, "Here's what I'm gonna give you," you cost narrate your hook and highlight either the time, money, or both that you had to spend to acquire that information. And it will instantly make your video perform better and make your video perceived as more valuable. Hook framework number 2, the Train Bloom framework. Now, if you have not seen this guy's content recently, then you're living under a fucking rock. Within the past 35 videos that this guy has posted to his account, he has averaged 3.8 million views. Within the past 35 videos, he is averaging 3.8 million views. And the strategy that he's using to do it is this hook framework. So let's go and take a look at an example from the man himself. Now, this video in particular got 16 million views. So let's go and take a look.
Because when I see somebody wearing an Apple Watch and they post it after their workout, really? You burned 1,500 calories in an hour?
Exactly how inaccurate are these? Well, lucky for us, Stanford researchers wanted to find out.
Did you see that? He followed a very methodical structure. He found a viral video, and then after finding said viral video and reacting to it, he sparked your curiosity by posing a question in the viewer's mind. And then after your curiosity is piqued, he immediately moved into satisfying your curiosity by introducing a third-party authority. Let's take a look at another example so you can notice it. This video got 7.3 million views. Pay attention.
They're actually talking about school opening up again in a few days.
What the fuck are you talking about?
She is right. Your metabolism isn't slowing down, but something else might be. Researchers at Duke University recently finished one of the biggest studies on our metabolisms ever done.
He just did the same shit. So he started with a viral video that is already proven to get people's attention. Then he piqued curiosity by saying your metabolism isn't slowing down, but something else might be. All of a sudden you want to know, well, what else is slowing down my metabolism? And then he immediately moves into the third-party authority by saying, researchers at Duke University recently finished one of the biggest studies on our metabolism. Are you starting to notice a pattern? Here, let's take a look at one more. So this one got 6 million views. Let's take a look.
Does how long you rest between sets matter? Probably more than you think. Here's why. Researchers wanted to know, so they took two groups of people and put them on the exact same workout routine.
So as you can fucking notice, he's obviously using the same fucking structure. Starting with the viral video, and then he moves into piquing your curiosity. So how he did that is he said, does how long you rest in between sets matter? Probably more than you think. Here's why. And then he immediately moves into a third-party authority by saying, researchers wanted to know. So obviously we can see the structure is what he's using and you can see how well it's working. So how do you implement it into your content and use this hook framework? Well, first things first, you need to find a viral video and react to it. Now, it is important that you pick a viral video. If you pick a shit video that didn't get views in the first place, then you are not going to get views either because you're literally just borrowing the hook from a video that is proven to be ineffective. However, if you choose a viral video, then you're almost guaranteeing that your video will perform, well, at least within the first 3 to 5 seconds, because you're borrowing the hook from a video that is already proven to be effective. So go out and find a viral video, and then whenever you find a viral video to react to, watch the viral video and then cut it as soon as the juicy part is over, and then pose a question in the viewer's mind. And then once you pose that question and their curiosity is piqued, then you immediately transition into satisfying the viewer's curiosity by transitioning immediately into introducing a third-party authority that found the answer. And the third-party authority meaning either maybe it might be a reference to a study, maybe it's a quote from a well-known individual or figure within your niche, and maybe it's just a statistic from an article, just any third-party authority. So if I was gonna make a video using the Chain Bloom framework to give you a visual on what it would look like, it would look something like this.
Over the last 14 years, I read over 400 books, no cap. This would be the top 5 that you have to read if getting your shit together is on the agenda.
Damn, that hook was good. But why does him being in prison make it so much better? Well, Princeton University actually studied this. They're fucking hooked. That's all it takes. Now, all you have to do after you hook them with that is walk them through the third-party authority, well, what the third-party authority found, and break down how this translates into the viewer's life. Then bada bing, bada boom, bada bam, you have yourself a viral fucking video. The third hook framework, the RSV framework. Now, I have a short form video that explains this RSV and hook framework, so let's go and watch it together. Now, as you watch the video together, what you'll notice is that I used the Chain Bloom strategy inside the video. Did I use it for the hook? No, but I still used it, so look out for that as well. Let's go and take a look. 100 views hook versus 1 million views hook. Here's 5 side hustles to make $5K per month in passive income. If you want to wake up to notifications like this, even while you're on vacation, then here are 5 side hustles that allow you to do just that. Damn, that hook was good. But what made it so much better? Princeton University actually studied this. Whenever you just mention the result in your hook, it only activates 2 parts of your viewer's brain. But whenever you describe the story of what it's like to experience that result, it lights up 7, which makes it 3 times more neurologically engaging than just mentioning the result itself. So how do you implement this into your hooks? Simple, with RSV, not HSV, RSV, result, scene, and vehicle. So your hook needs to mention the desirable result of your viewer. You need to create a scene in the viewer's mind of what it's like to achieve said result, and you need to tell them the vehicle that's going to allow them to create that said result. So for example, instead of just saying, here's how to make 30 videos in less than an hour. Imagine it's only 10 a.m. and you've batched a full month's worth of content in less than an hour. This is the exact system that I use to do it. Now, instead of just mentioning a result, we describe the scene in the vehicle. The scene being that it's only 10 a.m. and a full month's worth of content is done, and the vehicle being my system that allowed me to do it. Beautiful fucking video, if I do say so myself, but to the point, RSV. So, result, scene, vehicle. This framework is so effective because when you create the scene of the desirable experience that your viewer wants, they're able to, or they more so begin to imagine themselves in that experience and get drawn into learning how to turn it into a reality, aka getting hooked into your fucking video. But if you start off with just selling a desirable result, then the viewer can't see themselves inside of it. They just see the result that you're promising them. So whenever you're creating a hook around a desire, make sure that you are in no particular order using RSV. Are you making the result of your video known? Are you creating the scene in your viewer's mind on how the result feels and what the experience is going to be like? And are you making it clear that your video has the vehicle to get them there? There are your 3 hook frameworks. So you had a cost narration framework, you had the Train Bloom framework, and then lastly, you had the RSV framework. Now, if you want a 2-page document that has examples and templates of each hook framework, to where you can pretty much just copy and paste proven hooks following one of the 3 frameworks that I mentioned today, I had my lead content researcher spend 9 hours to make that happen. So if you want access to this PDF, all you have to do is go to Instagram and message me the word candle, and I will send it to you for free. Until next time, subscribe for more value.